just before COVID became a household word, so many of you received a census form in the mail encouraging you to make sure you completed it so that every voice and every person in the country is heard and represented. And then COVID happened and an awful lot of us put things aside and it got lost underneath the to-do pile on the kitchen counter. So we are so happy this morning to welcome Stephanie Bostick and Alexia Phinizey. They are members of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, and they're reminding us all to fill out the census report. Good to see you both.
Good morning.
I will confess to you, Stephanie, this was kind of your idea to talk about, and you said that so many people let COVID get in the way. I kind of did that at my house and had to sort through all my papers on the counter to find it and complete it.
Awesome. We're glad you got that done.
But it's not complicated. I was expecting it to be more time consuming than it was. Are you finding that some of your sorority sisters and other members and people who you know are saying the same thing?
Right. It doesn't take that long to complete it, no more than, up to 5 minutes. And then for those who don't want to complete the paper, because a lot of people have misplaced the paper, they can go to 2020census.gov and log in and complete it online. So it doesn't take very long at all, no more than 5 minutes.
So Alexia, why was it so important for y'all to make sure that you get the word out and remind people to complete the census? Kind of let people know what the findings of the census will do to impact our community.
Well, it's going to provide funding, for the community. One of the things, we talk about that as you drive down the street and you hit those bumps in the road. And so, we get the money, for the, comes back to the city as far as helping with those roads. It's also used to fund the Head Start programs. And one of the things that we're really stressing is for the children aged 5 and under to be counted, because they are undercounted and they're going to benefit, our city will benefit for the programs. It's also help with the looking at the congressional district, for our state. So it's just really important that everybody, completes that census.
And Julie, one of the things we want to stress too is that by law, the U.S. Census Bureau can only use your responses to produce statistics to be used to help us allocate those billions of dollars towards Head Start, what seats your state is going to receive or have in the Senate and the House. So we want to make sure that people know that their data is saved and that their information is going to be protected.
It actually is required, though, that you complete it, right, Stephanie? So if someone thinks, I don't want to do this, they'll come knock on your door.
Yes, everyone is required by law to complete the census every 10 years. And with that being said, too, the Census Bureau is also required to protect their information, so they don't have to worry about that identity theft or anything like that.
You both have become pretty well versed in how this works and what's required of you, because you are assisting people and making sure that they are completing it. Does either of you know, what do you do if it's a situation where you are a grandparent raising your grandchildren? Do you count them?
Yes, yes you do. If they live with you, all the time, then, you count them. And if they are living with you as of April the 1st of this year, then you count them as well. So the grandparent does count their grandchildren. They're living with them.
And what the census uses a term that's called the user of residence. So you want to count wherever that person's user of residence is as of April 1st. And that is the place that they normally sleep and live most of the time. So if their grandparent's home is their user of residence as of April 1st, then the grandparent would count them. And that same thing applies to like children who are have divorced parents and they spend time at each parent's home. You want to count them in the home, only one, where they usually reside, meaning where they sleep and live most of the time.
Hopefully people are not getting scammed in this, but I guess it is possible that someone can send you a form that looks official but actually is not. So there are a few things that the U.S. Census Bureau will never ask you, including your Social Security number, correct?
That is correct. The U.S. Census is not going to ask for your Social Security number. They won't ask you for money or donations. They're not going to ask about your political parties, or they won't ask you to send them money or bank accounts or credit card numbers. So if you get anything with those kinds of requests, is not from the U.S. Census Bureau.
And I guess to that end too, if you are living here but you're not a U.S. citizen, do you still complete a census form?
Yes, you still complete the census form. Everything is held confidential. No one is going to come and knock on your door, and take you away because you completed that census form. We just want everyone to be counted that's living in the United States as of April the 1st of 2020.
So now we're talking about as of April 1, but how long do we have to get it completed?
You have until October the 31st. The date was changed. And so eventually there will be someone, that the census would have hired to come to the door to visit those households where they have not completed the census forms. But we want to encourage everyone to go ahead and complete those forms now.
So I've known a little bit about Delta Sigma Theta, your sorority, since I was a student at the University of Georgia many years ago. But some people watching might not realize how involved you are in the community. Before I let you run, it's not illogical for me to see why this would be meaningful for you to encourage folks to fill out the census. But let people know a little bit about what y'all do as a sorority in Chattanooga.
Well, Julie, we are a public service organization, and we are part of it. We are the alumni chapter. We are part of our national organization, which is housed in Washington, D.C. So with that, we give out scholarships, and we've given out 16 scholarships this year to high school students. So, we've done that for the last. We do it every year, but I know for the last 3 years we have given out the 16. Other things that you would see us doing around in the community. Also, we helping with the voter education and registration. We have do mental health workshops. So everything that we're public service, so we just like to get the message out to the community. With the election coming up, you're going to hear more about what we'll be doing as far as talking with the candidates, and we also partner with other organizations as well. So as far as not just what we're doing it alone, but just with our National Pan-Atlantic Council here at the Chattanooga chapter. So we're doing some joint activities together as well.
So Stephanie, before I let you run, for any parents watching who perhaps have kids heading off to UTC or UT in the fall, and they're questioning what campus is going to look like and will their daughters be able to go through Rush, how are you going to handle that, or is that an unfair question to ask?
That's an unfair question to ask because we don't actually know right now. It just depends on what's going on in the United States and with the COVID-19. But our national headquarters are very fluid, and they're keeping hands-on with everything going on, and we flex to whatever needs to be done. But hope is not lost. So if that is something, if they're definitely interested in joining Delta Sigma Theta, they can go to our national website and find out more information, or contact somebody in the local chapter, and they can keep them updated and let them know what's going to happen in the fall or the spring semesters.
Well, I'm sure it's on a lot of parents' minds because that's certainly a goal that so many girls have, and they don't want to see that not be fulfilled.
And Julie, just to follow up on that, everything that we do, like as far as with our social action, we read it, instructions come from our national office. So all of the chapters are all on the same page as far as doing things. So we don't operate outside of the guidelines. It's what comes from our national president, Beverly Smith. So she's our CEO as well. So we receive instructions, and that's what we follow.
All right.
And she's the only one that speaks for the chapter.
Well, thank you both so much for your time and your smiles this morning. And you can go to 2020census.gov to learn more about potential fraud, also to make sure that you are completing your census form in the correct way. And Delta Sigma Theta, the alumni chapter right here in Chattanooga, you can like them on Facebook. And don't forget to fill out your census before the end of October. Thank you both.
All right, thank you.